Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be an update on my Project Pan. So I started Project Pan around 3 months ago. I believe it was end of September, early October. I will link the original video, the first intro, up above. So if you haven't seen that one yet, you can see just where I started with all of these products. But I'm going to be doing an update. I have some really exciting ones, some that maybe I could work on a little bit more. But if that sounds good to you, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I try to really just find an equal balance between using products that I have, like today's video, and reviewing new things. For example, I have the Colourpop Pretty Please palette on my eyes today. I recently did a review on that. If you also like fail videos, because that video was atrocious, I'll link that video above. You can check that out. But subscribe, stick around, and without any further ado, let's get started talking about these products. So I scooted over a little bit because I'll be inserting in some close-up photos just on the side here. I did weigh everything just to give me a more accurate reading, but some of these you'll notice weighing isn't really the best way to tell progress. But let's start with primer. I'm just gonna go in order of application here. The first primer that I brought into Shop My Stash was this Dior Capture Total Multi-Perfection Makeup Base Sunscreen. I think I've made really good progress on this. It's hard to tell because I can't get the product to settle, but this is where I started here, and I would say it's probably down to here now. So really good progress. You can kind of tell if you look inside, but I'm sure the camera's not going to pick it up. Anyways, as far as weight goes, I started at 125 grams. That's clearly including the packaging. I'm not going to say that for everything, but that's a given. I can't just weigh the product inside. This is 1 fluid ounce, 30 ml. So almost 100 grams just in packaging. And now this weighs 118 grams. So I've made 7 grams of progress here. I think that it's pretty good. I think by the next round that I will have finished this, hopefully, fingers crossed. Out of everything, I would say this is one of the ones that I've made the most progress on. It's easy for me to throw on. This is just a hydrating base. So even on days that I'm not wearing makeup, I can kind of just throw this on to get some use out of it. Once I do finish it, I will be rolling in another hydrating primer to just try and finish that up. But that's where I'm at on this primer. And then I also pulled in a pore filling primer. So this is the Benefit Porefessional. I've had this in my collection for quite a long time now. And I'm just trying to finish it because I have a backup of this. I don't have the original, but I have the pearl one. So it's like, why do I have two? Now, I had this right about here is where I marked it, and I'm going to put the new mark right here. Again, I'll be inserting photos of everything. As far as this goes, this originally weighed in at 18 grams, and now I'm weighing it at 15 grams. So I've used about 3 grams of product here. Pretty good. Primers, I didn't do too bad on. I'm pretty proud of that. This one, I think I'm going to be able to finish in the next 3 months. 3 months puts me early April or late April, early May. So this better be finished by then. And I don't think that I'll be rolling in another pore blurring primer just because I also do Shop My Stash. So I pull in products every month to try and get some use out of them. And I think that for Shop My Stash, that's where I want to bring in my pore blurring primers, and then for Project Pan, work on my hydrating primers. I will link up the playlist for Shop My Stash up above if you're interested in checking that out. But now let's go on to concealers. Concealers, I also have 2. I really took a large bite out of Project Pan, I feel like. I probably should have chosen less products, but that's okay. I'm gonna continue on and then go forward once I eventually roll these out. I just won't roll new things in. And maybe I think like 5 things would be an appropriate Project Pan. I have 10 or 11 items here. So like I said, just a bigger Project Pan that maybe I bit off more than I could chew. Over concealers though, I have the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Wear Concealer. I am wearing most of these on my face, Anything that I'm wearing is listed in the description box below. This is also hard to tell. I think that my products just don't, this is a little side tangent, they don't come down. You can't see them because it is so cold in my house. It is snowing outside right now, and it doesn't snow here every year. It's very rare that it snows. I think the last time it snowed, it's been over 5 years. So it's just very cold. In France, you don't really have central heating. We use like radiators. I have a fireplace. This room specifically, it stays pretty cold because I'm not in here all the time. There's no point in me putting in a radiator to heat it up and wasting the electricity. So like my products don't sink down and you can't see the progress on them. I tried to put them next to the fire, warm them up, but it didn't do much. You can kind of see the window here. Not great for my project pan, but that's okay. Here's the line that I put it at, and I would probably say I'm maybe down to here. It's very hard to tell. I really can't tell on this. As far as weight, I started this at 19 grams and now I'm at 17 grams. So I did use up 2 grams of product. I am seeing progress in this concealer. You just can't visibly see it, only in weight. But that's where I'm at with this concealer. And then the second concealer is the Nars Soft Matte Concealer. This is hard for me to remember to use. Here's kind of what it looks like before I insert my photo here. This had no weight change on it, so I'm gonna keep the weight as the same. Not seeing too much progress. It's something, because this is lighter than what I wear in my foundation, it's something that I have to put on before my base. And sometimes I get overzealous and I just start my foundation routine like I'm just ready to go and I forget to put this on. So this one definitely needs a little bit more love, a little bit more attention. Not as much progress as I would like to see, but I mean, I can still see a little bit. So that's good. For foundation, luckily I only picked one foundation. This is the Beiges Healthy Glow Foundation from Chanel, and this is the original formula. So I picked this because this is one of my favorite foundations. I would say top 3 favorites. And I want to try the new formula, but I don't want to try it until I finish this foundation. So that is why I pulled it into Project Pan here. Here is where I kind of put the line. It's very faint. I'll have to remark it here. And this also had no weight change. So I don't know. I definitely used this and I used it quite a bit. I would say maybe it's like down to here now, but again, hard to see just because of the product not sinking down. I have been wearing this. I'm wearing it today, but I don't wear it as much as I've been wanting to because this is the shade B30 and it's a little bit dark for me right now in winter. So that's why I just haven't been wearing it. I do always link everything in my description box. So if you go back to past videos, you can see that I'm wearing this and you can tell it's like a little bit dark. I've been mixing this with my Chanel Vita Aqua Lumiere because I have a shade down in that. I have a lighter shade than I need. So with that combo, I can kind of make it match. Just obviously if I'm using that foundation, it's using less of this foundation. So not as much progress as I would like to see on this. I really would have liked to be about halfway now. But hopefully as it starts to warm up, I can use this more and more. And now that I found a really good combo for mixing, I can try and get some use out of it that way as well. Now with powder, this one might be my most infuriating one. I brought in the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Airbrush powder in the shade 1, Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. I weighed this in at 53 grams and I had quite a bit of pan in it. And I thought I was going to be able to finish it. I thought I was going to be so smooth, actually finished a project within the 3 months, but this product, it just will not die. And I use this every single time I use my makeup because in Shop My Stash, I don't pull an under eye powder. I only pull a face powder. So I know I use this every single time. And I just cannot get this to finish up. You hit pan on it really, really fast, but then it just will not die. So I'm gonna keep chugging away at this. I don't have a weight change. I'm gonna insert in the before and after photos here. So there's a little bit of wear and tear on it, but not as much as I was hoping. I was really, really hoping to finish this. Now to complexion products. So blush, bronzer, highlight. And this is what I'm talking about. The weight really isn't going to be a great indicator on how much I've used out of these products. I'll still enter it below, but none of these had any significant change whatsoever. First up is blush. So this is the Ciate blush in Date Night. Now, out of everything, I probably use this the least, and not because I don't like it, just because for some reason I didn't reach for it, but I did try as much as I could. I am wearing it today. Most of these I'm wearing. I am happy every time I wear this. I can see some just wear and use out of it, but not as much as I was hoping. I was really hoping that all this embossing would be gone. So it is going to continue to stay, and I'm going to continue to work on it. And then for bronzer, I have the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, the Milk Chocolate Soleil, the lighter one. And I was really thinking I was gonna hit pan on this. I thought I was smooth, but still no pan. See from the photos on the side as well, I don't think the camera's gonna show as much. I did have some ring wear around when I started this, so still no pan, just a little bit more use. I do wear this quite a bit. I'll sometimes pair it with my Shop My Stash bronzer because this is just a little bit more cool tone, so I can kind of get away with using it as a contour. And this is also just one that I'm going to be chugging away on. Hopefully by the next round, I'll have pan in it, and then I can bring in a new bronzer. But that's where I'm at with this one. You can tell how old it is. This is the even older packaging. I don't know if they've repackaged this once or twice. I'm not sure, but a little embarrassing. It is time for me to get this out of my collection, but I'm determined to hit pan on it first. And then for highlight, I have the Colourpop Supershock Shadow in Lunch Money. Now, I think I talked about this in my intro video. I see everyone hitting pan on their Super Shocks. And for some reason, I haven't hit pan on any of them. But someone in the comments said that if you're light-handed, which I am, I'm very light-handed with all of my products here, that could be why. And also I use like the whole surface area. I'm not just dipping into the middle because it is like a squishier formula. So if you're really pressing in the center, just naturally product's gonna come up on the sides. So it made me feel a little bit less bad about myself because I've also heard this is just like a never ending project pan. I have not hit pan on this. I've hit a little bit more of a dip. You can kind of start to see like two little spots there. And then you can compare the photos, but this is just, it's also taken me a long time. Now, I've kind of stopped using my fingers to apply this, and I've really been enjoying this brush for highlight. So that's probably part of the reason why it's also just taking me a long time, because this is a very wispy brush. I like how this just applies highlighter so just diffused. Like I applied a pretty heavy swatch and you can't even really see it on my hand there. This brush just makes any highlighter more subtle and just more one with your skin. So this brush is really not helping my cause with Project Pan, but I like the finish that it gives. So I'm gonna keep working on this. Hopefully, maybe pan, I doubt it. I doubt that I'll get pan in the next 3 months, but I sure am going to try. And then now I have two more left. I have lips and I have setting spray. For lips, I have this Nars Velvet Lip Glide. This is the bane of my existence because you can see zero wear out of this. I can't get any kind of gauge on where I started, where I am now, and this is my most used lip product. I use it all the time. This is just the perfect Your Lips But Better. It's slightly cool toned, which I like about this. It's a very comfortable formula. It doesn't feel like you're wearing anything. I personally like more sheer balmy lipsticks. So this fits the bill while giving me just more color than maybe other lipsticks do. I really like this. I use this all the time, but it's not going down. I didn't get any kind of weight change in this, so I just have no idea where I'm at. I think just one day it'll stop working and then I'll know that I'm finished with it. The last thing I have to talk about is another Too Faced product. This is the Too Faced Hangover RX 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray. I bought this when it was all the rage. It's just been in my collection way too long, and I never liked it even when I got it. This packaging is hanging on by a thread. If you turn it, it leaks. I don't know why I did that, but It's completely broken. I lost the lid. I'm trying my best to get through this, even though I haven't been using setting spray that much as of recent because I haven't been using as much powder. I'm still trying to just find creative ways to use this, whether it's wetting my makeup brush, or I'll even spray this on my arm when I do swatches for videos to remove the swatches. I'll use this for anything. So I do have some significant wear in this. I weighed it at 171 grams and now it weighed in at 99 grams. So I've used up 72 grams of the product so far, minus packaging. I think, so I marked it, where's my line? Line has kind of worn off here, but I marked it right here. And I would say now it's probably about here. So this should be finished by the time that I do my next update. And then once I do, I'm not gonna wait until my update to pull in a new setting spray, or maybe I will, I haven't decided. But I might just pull in a new one and then talk about it in my update and go from there. So this is one that I'm hoping to finish by my next update, as well as this concealer and both of my primers. I have 4 things that I'm really just thinking in the next 3 months, if I really give them love and attention, I'll be able to finish them, and then I'll just have the rest of these to work on. But that is going to complete this update for Project Pan. Make sure you let me know in the comments how you think I did, if my progress was significant or not. I'm a little bit newer to Project Pan, kind of just wanted to try this out, see if I could really focus on some products more and not use them every single day. Like, I don't want to get burnt out of using the same product, especially because I have so much. So that's why I'm still using Shop My Stash. I use these just in between. I try to go in between both of them. So just let me know your thoughts. Let me know if there's any channels that I can watch on Project Pan, because I don't follow too many channels that also do this. But that is where I'm going to leave you all. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.